The Sunday afternoon front desk slot at the aerobics studio becomes available. I grab it because Henry isn't going to be sending me the agreed upon rent money anytime soon. I'm desperate. Sunday is the slowest day of the week at the studio. The shift is from 1 to 8 p.m., and I work alone, which is perfect. Week after week, at the end of my shift, I tally the money, but no matter how meticulous I am, I'm always short. I can't, for the life of me, figure out why. Today, when I relieve PJ from her post, she heads to the bathroom. I realize I never count the bank before starting my shift. I assume everything is correct. I open the drawer to the cash register to count the money. The bank's supposed to contain $80. I count 60, so I recount. When PJ reemerges from the bathroom, I question her. PJ, this bank is short. You left 60 in here. Oh my gosh. Oh no. I'm so sorry. You need to report the missing funds on your bank envelope. I caught PJ with her hand in the till like a thief in the night. PJ removes a 20 from the envelope. I place the money in the drawer and watch as she writes -20 on her envelope. Mystery solved. PJ grovels. Oh, this is so strange. I can't believe that I miscounted. Interesting, because every time I check out, my bank is under by $10. Lots of times, like today, 20. She throws on her coat. Well, you should have said something. Okay. Now her crime is my fault. She's the one shorting the bank for the past month. Well, don't worry, it won't happen again, she says, scurrying down the winding stairs to the street and freedom. I hate this job, but I need the money. What kind of idiot doesn't count the bank? That's your job, your responsibility. I know. You're right. My child, the greatest teacher failure is learn, grow, move forward. PJ never returned. I never saw her again. I arrived for my Tuesday afternoon shift, but the card catalog with all the names and information of our clients is missing. Hey, where's the card box? I called to Donna, the studio manager. Gone. Gone where? Not sure. Did someone steal the card box? Probably. The missing client box is a bad sign. A new state-of-the-art gym is opening nearby. Phil, the owner of our aerobics studio, has instructed the front desk to allow the owners of the new gym to take classes free anytime, no questions asked. Phil assures us they're researching and observing the teachers to decide which ones to hire. I'm suspicious. Are their motives more sinister? The new state-of-the-art gym opens on September 23rd, 1991 at 76th and Amsterdam, right around the corner from the Phil Marshall Aerobics Studio. The gym hired all of Phil's top teachers and copied Phil's aerobic studio layout to a T. Brick walls, high ceilings with fans, and the floor-to-ceiling mirrors on the front wall like a dance studio. Did they steal the card box? Somehow, they sent notification to all Phil's clients, inviting them to join at an introductory discounted rate. Phil's clients join by the droves. Why not? Unlike Phil's tiny rundown studio, the one around the corner is spacious, new, clean, with a palatial ladies' dressing room, an abundance of clean showers, shampoo, hair dryers, counter space, plush, warm towels, and compliments of the Phil Marshall Aerobics Studio, the top aerobic instructors in New York City. These clients have no loyalty to Phil. Their loyalty is to their eating disorders and the instructors they worship. Many follow these aerobic gods and goddesses like nomads from studio to studio, taking multiple classes a day. The Phil Marshall Aerobic Studio begins to disappear. We go from people clamoring to take classes and every class being packed with a wait list to being lucky to have a dozen people in some classes. Phil's top instructors were enticed away with lucrative offers that they couldn't refuse. Some of the instructors stop teaching at Phil's altogether. The revenue drops. Phil struggles to pay his remaining teachers and keep up with the bills. One afternoon, I'm working the front desk when a random guy comes in, unplugs, and dismantles the water cooler. Excuse me, sir. May I help you? No, just here to retrieve the cooler. He hands me a bill with past due stamped in red. Well, hold on. Let me contact the owner. I dial Phil's number. He doesn't answer. I leave a message. The savvy instructors stop by the front desk after they teach to collect payment before departing the premises. The not-so-savvy teachers complain about not being paid. I always pay myself after my shift because I won't get paid if I don't. Phil seems depressed. I keep being the cheerleader. Phil, you're famous in the aerobics world. Why not travel around the country? Do weekend workshops and residencies. People will pay top dollar for you to teach classes. Yeah, you can give workshops and train teachers. He stares at me. He's so not interested in what I'm saying. He doesn't comprehend. I'm a fine-tuned codependent. I may be muddling through my life, but I can improve yours. I understand what you need to do. Trying to fix my life seems impossible, but things are looking up. I won the Mary Jo Comedy Show Award. I'm doing my recurring role on Another World. I got the audition from a producer who I met here, and she recommended me for the part, and I booked it, which is fantastic. I mean, I would quit this job if I could, but I can't. Mimi, one of Phil's top instructors, is tall and full-bodied with copious amounts of long, blonde, wavy hair and a huge personality. She is, or used to be, part owner with Phil. Their situation is confusing. One Sunday afternoon, Mimi teaches a class for a prominent AIDS charity. The charity classes are always full. The price is $25 per person, so you can bring in up to $900 from one class. I check the clients in, collect the money, tally the sheet, $750, seal and place the envelope in the safe under the desk by my feet. After class, Mimi approaches me. How do we do? 750. Oh, Mimi's eyes glow like a cat's. The envelope, please. She smiles like she's presenting at the Oscars. The envelope is sealed and in the safe. I need to turn the money in. Oh, well, Phil instructed me to put the money. I taught the class. Not Phil. Phil is wrong. Okay. Why don't I call him? You two can hash it out. I dial Phil's number. It rings and rings. Yeah, he's not home. The machine's not picking up. The money's in the safe, so you can ask Phil about it. The 2 o'clock funky fitness class begins arriving. Unlike in the early days, I recognize these women. I nod, mark their names on the sheet, wave them in. Mimi fixes her laser beam focus on me. This is bullshit. I want my money. Mimi, I can't. Well, open the safe. I'm not authorized. Listen, I want my money. Phil and his stupid, bogus rules are full of shit. Open the safe. Open it now. The clients are staring. I'm sweating. Oh my God, this biatch means business. Let me finish checking in, Funky Fitness, and then we can discuss this, okay? I'm not discussing anything. Her scream reverberates around the lobby. I taught the class. I want the money. The money is for charity. Phil will steal the money. Now open. Goddamn safe. Shh, okay, calm down. Calm down. Don't you tell me to calm down. Mimi's scaring me. I redial Phil's number. Still, no answer. Oh, the machine picks up. Hi, Phil. It's Jill. I put Mimi's revenue from the class in the safe like you instructed me to, but she's demanding I open the safe and give her the money. Open the goddamn safe. I hang up the phone. He's not home. The coward is home. I want my money. I'm not leaving. Do you understand? I don't. She leans across the desk, close to my face. I'll scream louder if you don't give me my money. Did her eyes flash red? Is she possessed by Zool like Dana Barrett in Ghostbusters? My God, Phil will kill me. I hate this job. Everybody's watching. I can't take it. I mean, who needs the abuse? Against my better judgment, I stoop under the desk, open the safe, and hand her the envelope. She snatches the bulging envelope from my hand, stuffs the cash into her oversized leather bag, grabs her gigantic raccoon fur coat hanging behind the desk, and disappears down the stairs. 3 minutes later, Phil calls. Da 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 da. Oh, sorry, I was out. Where's Mimi? She left. Excellent. Oh, thank God. You didn't give her the money, right? I did. What? No. No, you don't give her the money. Phil, she was shrieking at the top of her lungs in front of the clients. What was I supposed to do? I called you. I called again, left a message. I couldn't reach you. So I gave her the money to shut her up, and she left. How much? 750. What? Jesus, she's gonna steal the money. She'll never turn the money in. Phil, don't be ridiculous. The money's for charity. Yeah, her charity. The conniving little bitch charity. Sorry, Oh, God. I hate this job. Working here is like working in my disease on steroids. This place is worse than my family or soon-to-be ex ever dreamed of being. I assumed working at the studio would be fun. a perfect fit, flexible schedule, free access to every class to satisfy all my aerobic needs. But as soon as I started, I wanted to quit. Working here is dysfunctional and manic, and my aerobic addiction dropped from 10 classes a week to 3 or 4 tops. These people are mean and crazy. Why? Why am I still here? Any healthy person would walk out. I make crappy money, but I need this job. I'm loyal to a fault. I shouldn't be. I was loyal to Henry. Look where that got me. I need to quit for my sanity. I'm not a sea captain. I don't have to go down with the sinking ship. The last class finishes. The students empty out, and I'm alone in the silence with the musty sweat, sour towels, and desperation to close the bank and put any remaining money or checks in the safe. I'm counting the cash when a gigantic thunderstorm materializes, like I'm in a disaster movie, and it dumps a deluge on top of the building. The winds blow, windows rattle, thunder cracks, lightning flashes. A sonic boom sounds like a jet breaking through the sound barrier, accompanied by a bright flash of lightning. Strikes the building. Sparks travel across the electrical phone wires along the wall in front of me. Gushing water coming from somewhere catches my attention. I go into the hallway to check the ladies' bathroom. Water is streaming down the walls like Niagara Falls. I try to call Phil. The phones are dead. I continue finishing up. Like, yeah, sure, this is normal. I hope this is a nightmare. I'll wake up soon. What is that odd sound? Oh, the payphone in the hall is ringing. I open the door and step into the flooded hallway. Water flows down the stairwell like I'm on the deck of the Titanic. This is an omen. The universe sent a flood. Yeah, since I refused to walk out of my own accord. I'm not Noah. How long before the entire building collapses around me? I tiptoe through the water and answer the phone. Phil screams, "What's going on? Why aren't you answering the phones?" Phil, the phones are dead, Phil. The building's been struck by lightning, Phil. Water's gushing down the bathroom walls, Phil, like Niagara Falls. I'm leaving. I hang up the phone, go back inside, pay myself the money owed for my shift, make a note on the envelope, drop the remaining tiny amount of cash in the safe. I hate this job. I walk out the door and never return. Oh. Thanks for watching, you guys. I'm so grateful to all of you for being here and for being part of the channel and for supporting me. I so appreciate it. For everyone who watches and hits the like and subscribe button, it really, really helps a lot. And your comments, I love your comments. And I want to give a special shout out, a special thanks to Time Runner, Was Colette, Sharon G, Kevin K, Sean in Chicago for buying me a coffee and super chats. I so appreciate your support. Thanks so much. And I found a couple of clips from Another World when I was playing Alicia Brenner. They were completely out of sync, which I think I synced them okay. And I'll just play them now.
Will be postponed for a period of approximately 60 days.
Your Honor, I must protest any further delay. My clients have already bonded with the child.
I realize this can't be easy for them. Mr. and Mrs. Griffin, are you willing to continue as Louisa's temporary guardians until September, when a final custody hearing will take place?
Your Honor, we will do whatever is best for Louisa.
We love her too much to see her hurt.
But we do feel, however, that she is much better off living with us.
I appreciate your viewpoint and your patience.
With all respect, Your Honor, do you really expect the situation to change in 2 months?
At that time, both the child's father and mother will be adults in the eyes of the law.
But that doesn't guarantee they'll be responsible parents. I ask you to excuse my client's outburst, Your Honor.
He is lying, I'm telling you.
Let me handle this, Charles. My client is under a tremendous strain, Your Honor.
Yes. Your Honor, if I may, Tomas Rivera has complied in full with the terms set forth by this court.
Your Honor, I'm sure you have not forgotten that Mr. Rivera kidnapped Louisa, and then he lied about it to the court-appointed social worker, not to mention the fact that he maintained for several years that the little girl was his sister.
I'm in the process of creating a playlist. It's called Jill Dalton Live, and it's going to have my stand-up, it's going to have my TV and film clips, the ones I have anyway. Law and Order, Rachel getting married, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm going to drop that. That should be, the plan is that it will go up this Sunday as well. We'll see what happens. So, question for you guys. You have a choice. Question number 1. Have you ever stayed too long in a job that was making you crazy? Number 2. Would you have handed Mimi the envelope with the cash? Oh my God. Okay, let's do some questions. Questions. Sharon A. asks, why did I quit doing stand-up comedy? Yeah. It's a long story, and I'm going to do a video about it because it's kind of complex. But the bottom line, in New York City, I wasn't making any money doing stand-up. And I didn't have a car, so I couldn't drive to gigs out of town. And I had auditioned for a couple of clubs, the good big clubs in the city. And one told me, he gave me the runaround, like, oh, you should never put yourself down in your stand-up. That doesn't work for you. And I was like, okay. And a New York comedy club was like, the guy who auditioned me wanted to pass me, and I had performed there many times, but the owner was like, no, she's too smart for the room. So I felt like I was just getting stopped. And then I had a thing with Caroline's where they wanted to manage me, and I was thrilled, but I'll have to do a video about that. Another crazy story. Okay, Kathy G. How long did it take me to get over Henry? Oh my gosh, I am embarrassed. I think it took 4 to 5 years, if I'm honest, if I'm brutally honest, because it turns out Henry was a narcissist. I didn't realize that at the time. I don't know if I even knew that word, or if I knew the word, I didn't know what it meant. I hadn't found out until recently by watching YouTube videos that he was a narcissist, and they destroy people, really. So it took me a long time to crawl up out of that because it's very emotionally abusive. Okay. Time Runner. Oh, I forgot this. It's from last week. Time Runner wanted to know who my favorite actor is. And what came to mind, I mean, there's so many great actors, but Anthony Hopkins. That guy is freaking brilliant. Silence of the Lambs. I mean, really. He's just amazing to me. And I met him. I was working on an independent film called The Devil and Daniel Webster, which was Alec Baldwin's film, but they changed the name. It didn't get made for like 5 years. Then they changed the name. I'll put that up. I don't remember what the name was, but it didn't do very well. But anyway, so I was there and they had me all dressed up in an evening gown and heels and everything. And Anthony Hopkins, all I could think of was Sir Anthony. Anthony Hopkins walks up to me and he goes, "Hi, I'm Tony." And I went, "Oh, hi, I'm Jill." And he has the most startling blue eyes that just radiate like the universe. He's teeny. He's so teeny. Of course, I have on heels, so he's like coming up to me here on me. And he was just, talkative and friendly. And he was so, you know, th- this I have discovered is also great actors tend to be like that because they're kind and they're full of compassion. So, Anthony Hopkins, hands down. Okay. Mhm. Oh, Wayne wanted to know how long was I at Another World? Another World, that's a good question. I'm not sure. It was several months, but I'm really bad with time. I just know that I got the part, I started doing the part, and then the O.J. Simpson trial of the century happened, and it preempted everything, including all the soaps. So, to my part. Wayne also wanted to know, did I have a manager when I booked Another World? No, I did not. I did not. What I had was, like I said in the video, I met a producer. I didn't know she was a producer. You're just in these classes and you sweat with everybody and you check people in. And I knew she came in and out of a limo to class, and she actually had her driver would come in and wait in line in the morning after he dropped her off at the studio, and he would sign up for her for the aerobics class that she wanted to take that evening. But I didn't know anything. Anyway, she and I became friendly, and so she recommended me to audition for Another World, and I booked it. It's all who you know. I don't know. Diane J wanted to know, have people told me that I look like Alice and Janney? Yes, they have. It seems like I look like a lot of people. It depends on my haircut, is what I've decided. If I cut my hair like a certain person, I look like that person. BDSO9593 asked me if I'm currently in a relationship with a man. No, I'm not. I am happily divorced and I love living alone. I I just love it. I'm free. I don't have to worry about somebody going, "Hey, what's for dinner? What do you?" No. Or, oh, this is a good one. Henry used to always ask me questions like, "Have you seen my cashmere socks?" And I finally got to where I would answer those stupid questions like, "You know what? I have seen them. They were running down the hall to the Shadab's apartment. I think you should go down to the Shadab's and ask them where they are." So then he stopped asking me questions. Let's see. Oh, someone wanted to know, I didn't remember, I didn't put the name down. Has storytelling always been easy for me? I don't know. For me, it was a necessity because I was an army brat. So we would move every 1, 2, or 3 years. And I would move to a new town, a new state, a new country, and not know anybody. I think I just started telling stories so I could make friends with people. And I remember when we were living in Germany, so I believe I was a freshman in high school, and we had just moved there. I knew nobody. Kids used to come over and knock on the door, and they'd say, "Could you tell us some stories?" So we would go out and stand in the vestibule of our building. We were on the second floor, and I'd tell them stories. I have no idea what those stories were. I don't know if they were real, if I made them up. I have no idea. But I would do that, and they seemed to enjoy it. So that's what that was about. And I just kept doing it, I guess. Okay, you guys, that is it for this week. Thanks again for being here, and I hope you all have a fabulous, wonderful week. I love you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and I will see you next week.